cool little town. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. Yeah, we're in Arkansas. Never thought I'd say that, but this is a really awesome little place. We're gonna check out some hot springs, do a little hiking, check out the views, and have a fun day doing it. So these are the old Fordyce baths. And it's one bathhouse after another, and they're really, really beautiful. So this water, they're thermal springs is what they call them. And what that means is rainwater will collect, and just how the geology is, the geology essentially pulls rainwater down to about 8,000 feet. And down there it gets very warm, and it just eventually works its way back to the surface via springs. So it's not like Yellowstone where there's mud pits and mineral springs and things like that that are due to volcanic activity, I guess if you want to call it that. This is just a little bit different, but certainly really awesome. They basically did like a reservation where they would make sure that the springs were protected for generations to come. And so I believe Congress enacted a few laws protecting this area. So 1921, it was popular enough, I guess, that they decided to make it a national park right here in town. Oh, these like springs right here. Wow, they just pop out of the ground. That is pretty cool. So this must be where the robins come to winter. They're everywhere. All the robins. We got signage. So being that this is a thermal springs town, there were certain recommendations put into place for basically therapeutic hiking, I guess. So essentially they had 4 different trails. Each one was more difficult than the other, and based on your body type they would recommend a certain trail, and it would be very therapeutic. They called it terrain, what was it? They would call it terrain cure. Very popular in Europe back in the 1800s. I feel like I've heard of that before. And that's what we're doing today. Terrain cure. Up the hill. Whew. I feel like we've been in Florida too long. My legs are a little out of shape. So are my lungs, but we managed to make it all the way up. Look at these views. All right. So, fun fact about this area. Oh, there's lots of fun facts, but the fun fact that I especially enjoy with my appreciation of knives is Arkansas Novaculite. Now, it doesn't sound like anything interesting, but it's also marketed as Arkansas soft stone or Arkansas whetstone. Essentially, it's used to sharpen knives. It is a very, very fine, I guess there's very fine quartz crystals in the rock. It makes up the rock, and it's very dense, very hard, and works really well to sharpen knives and sharpen them well. And it's all around us. It's really cool. You just come down here, pick yourself up some, and sharpen some knives. Doesn't quite work that way. Obviously you have to cut a nice flat side on it, but look at them with their like
dresses,
rugged wear.
But look at their shoes. Like at least they have like decent shoes on.
Yeah. Well, she's wearing like loose overall kind of deals.
Oh yeah, that looks comfy.
Rugged wear.
You have both of those huge rocks in one hand.
What? You got some rocks there? There you go. Sharpen some knives with those rocks, Jeej. Don't worry, soon enough. You happen to be walking now, huh? Everybody's got to do a little hiking while we're at it, huh? We were surprised. It was supposed to be a little cooler today than yesterday. It is, but it's with the sun being out. The southern sun just feels so much warmer than the northern sun in the winter. And in the summer, I guess. But it's very, very pleasant hiking weather today. I'm glad we're capitalizing because I'm not so sure we're going to be that fortunate the rest of the week. So we'll just see what happens. But enjoying it for sure today. There are lots of springs in Hot Springs National Park, but not all of them are warm. A lot of them, actually several of them are cool. And you can actually fill your water jugs at certain areas, but I think they do treat them with, I think it's ozone. I think they treat them with ozone. So, but a lot of these springs are really, really clear and clean. So this is one of them. And I'm just gonna take a little feel here. And this is ice cold spring. Really cool piece of quartz there. Just trying to tire her out. Those of you out there with toddlers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What kind of treasure? Let's see yours. That's mine. What you got? Here, let's take a peek. Oh, this looks like some sandstone. Same with this. It's more limestone, I suppose. What you got? Yeah. Oh, that's a nice little piece. That's pretty. Here you go. That's a lot of rocks.
And then take a
gosh,
right. It looks like it's up that way.
Happy Hollow Springs 4 to 5, same acidity as orange juice. That's strange. I feel like I need to try it.
I know.
So we're in the Happy Hollow section of the park here, and the great thing about Happy Hollow is there is a spring here, and the pH is around 4 to 5 on the pH scale, which is very unusual because that's the pH of orange juice. Oh, Daisy. And I don't know how that's gonna taste. We're just gonna have to check that out and see. Some of the greatest have trained here: Lefty Grove, Babe Ruth, Cy Young, Walter Johnson. So they use the hot baths for therapeutic reasons, but they also hike these exact trails to train for the baseball seasons. And this is where they would end, right down here, right near the Happy Hollow Springs. Let's go get some water. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's pleasant.
That was nice.
It doesn't taste acidic.
No.
I don't know what I was expecting, but... Huh. So we are back down here right near Bathhouse Row where we began, and this actually seems like the biggest concentration of hot springs, or at least where they've been directed to, for obvious reasons. Hot spring baths, gotta have hot water. We're gonna check this out here. Oh, that's pretty. Just like a nice hot bath. So there you have it. That is a glimpse of what Hot Springs National Park is like, and downtown Hot Springs. Beautiful place, awesome architecture. You have the park, you have amusement parks if you want. There is a lot to do here in this town, but thank you for dropping in and seeing what we're up to. This is a really exciting area of Arkansas, and I greatly encourage you guys to stop by and see it if you haven't. So give us a big thumbs up for that. And also subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that little bell, get notifications whenever we get new videos out. And we will see you guys on the next adventure.